Good morning, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and laissez bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, starts this week, and I feel like celebrating, so get your Mardi Gras beads and masks, because today I'm giving you recipes perfect for the celebration and perfect for Mardi Gras here on SoFlo Taste. Let's roll some good times. How fun is that? Good morning, all. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein in the Goya Kitchen at Junior Achievement of South Florida and Coconut Creek, and welcome all to SoFlo Taste. It's time to let the good times roll. Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, is coming, and with it comes great food. So today I thought it would be fun and festive to give you some Mardi Gras recipes. In fact, all about po' boys. So let's get the cooking rolling. Really yummy. It's called the beef po' boy. You basically kind of make a pot roast. What we have here is a top round, and I'm just gonna season it with a little salt and pepper. I did not take the fat off the top round because it really kind of melts away. I think it's necessary to have a little fat. So oil your pan. Go ahead and add the top round. I got this top round from Delaware Chicken Farm in Seafood Market. Be sure to visit my friends. They're located at the corner of 441 in Sterling. Go to delawarechicken.com and just call them 954-983-6831. Go see them. Make sure to tell them Michelle sent you and send them my love, please. All right, so this is already searing. I'm going to kind of do this in a quick way so we can really jump into the sandwich. So once you get color all the way around the whole top or bottom round, go ahead and add onions, celery, and carrots, a couple of bay leaves, and then finally, once they're cooked and softened a little bit, go ahead and add beef broth until about half to almost 3/4 of the way up the piece of meat. And then you're gonna put this into the oven. That cooks for about 2 to 3 hours. But basically, you just want a knife to go in very easily into the meat so that it's really nice and tender. All right, let's set this aside. So after it cooks, you're gonna have this beautifully tender piece of meat. It's gonna look like this. It's not gonna be sliced, however. I did that just now. And you're gonna have a beautiful broth, right? And so the beef po' boy is always done with a little bit of gravy. So what we did was I took the broth and I just strained out the fat, which coagulates after it's cold, and the vegetables, which I have right here. So in this pan, I have all the beautiful braising liquid from my meat. I'm gonna thicken this a little bit. I'm not gonna make a roux, however, with this one. I decided to just thicken it with a little bit of flour because at home I know it's a lot of steps and it's a lot of ingredients, so I thought I'd make your life a little bit easier. So let's let that come to a boil. It's really important that you find a nice soft, somewhere between a baguette and Italian style roll. Cut that in half. I've got for today some shredded lettuce, really important dill pickles for this po' boy, and some plain old mayonnaise. So this is just about to start boiling. I'm gonna start shaking in flour into my pan as I whisk. It's just a lot easier to use like a powdered sugar shaker to delicately get your flour into your sauce. And this is already starting to thicken up as we speak. Do you see these glazy bubbles on the surface of my gravy? Do you see how they're kind of viscous and they're thick, glazy bubbles? That's when you know you've achieved a beautiful, thick sauce, when you have those bubbles. To me, that's just perfection. All right, so we're gonna put that on a nice low temperature. So let's add slices of the meat inside to the gravy. So let's go ahead and start building the sandwich. So I'm gonna go ahead and liberally mayonnaise the cut open side of the sandwich. On the bottom part, I'll layer some beautifully shredded iceberg. Let's throw some dill pickles all the way across. And while you all take a break, I'm just gonna lift up some pieces of this meat and place it onto this side of the sandwich and we should have a gorgeous po' boy. So come right back after I finish up this po' boy, and we'll jump into 2 more delicious ones right after the break. See you in a minute.
Come back to SoFlo Taste from the Goya Kitchen at Junior Achievement of South Florida. Chef Michelle is just getting started here on Local 10.
Hi, I'm Melinda Harper for SoFlo Taste at Miccosukee Casino and Resort's newest restaurant, La Brisa, and we're headed inside to take a look. I mean, a taste. There are some big changes here at Miccosukee Casino and Resort, and we are at the restaurant La Brisa. Chef Nico joins us to tell us all about those changes, the concept of the restaurant, and we'll talk about the menu. Chef?
Of course, we're open Monday through Sunday from noon to 4 and then 6 to 11. I created a modern Latin fusion menu.
Okay, and this is what Latin fusion looks like.
Correct. What do we got here? We have a classic ceviche, which is a fresh corvina, comes in every morning.
Okay.
Marinated in leche de tigre and topped with cilantro and red onions. This is our applewood smoked bacon, and it's grilled, and then we serve it with a chipotle barbecue sauce. We have, what else do we have? We have the octopus skillet, which is a combination of South American flavors, Peruvian causa. The octopus is marinated for 24 hours, then we grill it, and then it's sitting on a mashed potato.
Here we have.
These are the tuna tacos. It's a crispy wonton topped with avocado mousse, some sushi grade tuna, and then a tomato cilantro relish on top. Our chocolate bomb is a chocolate sphere. It's filled with a cookies and cream ice cream and then chocolate fudge brownie, topped with a little bit of a marshmallow mousse and then some caramel sauce.
So again, this is a brand new menu. You and the team built this menu. Tell me about that.
We've been working on this menu for the past 3 months. The restaurant is brand new and super excited for the opportunity to be able to showcase these flavors and to be able to invite more people that are local, that live around the area to come here and check us out.
Chef, the menu looks great. I know you talked about having a lot of the locals come in. This restaurant specifically is to have people come here for a good dining experience, for good food. And then,
and then game. So the idea is to be able to provide an experience from the minute you come into the property to the minute you leave, right? There are so many different things that you can do.
Chef, what would you say to someone who hasn't made it out here yet?
You're missing out. Can't wait to have you. We have an amazing menu, a beautiful restaurant, an amazing property, and we're here.
Everything is great. So if you're looking to try something new, head out to La Brisa. Chef, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So how did we get Mardi Gras? Well, it seems New Orleans has been celebrating ever since the French explorer Pierre Le Moyne d'Iberville set foot there on Mardi Gras Day 1699, and the party is still going. Speaking of party, you haven't seen, by the way, my beautiful beef po' boy, sliced beef po' boy. Just delicious with the dill pickles and the gravy. Oh, so good. Next, I decided to make a shrimp po' boy. And who doesn't love fried shrimp? I'm gonna make a little mixture of cornmeal and flour to give the shrimp a little texture. To that, I'm gonna add just a little bit of like a Creole spice to make that taste even better. Mix that up. When it comes to shrimp, I love medium-sized shrimp. I think they're usually like the sweetest. And the size that I chose today is somewhere between a 16-20, which basically means 16 shrimp per pound. I had 2 that I wasn't sure about, so I grabbed them both. I talked again about, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They have so many different types of shrimp, but for the po' boy, I decided on 2 different ones. One is a Key West pink. They call them that because they're so pink. And the other is a royal red because it really has a dark, beautiful red hue to it. They're both delicious. I'm not going to tell you which one I chose because I don't care which one you choose. Just choose one of them. They're so yummy. That's what I have here in buttermilk. Beautiful shrimp. You just want to take them from the buttermilk into your flour cornmeal mixture. Then shake them up in here and make sure that they're really well crusted in the cornmeal flour mixture. In fact, you can even leave them in there for a little while and let them just really soak up. And the cornmeal gives it a lovely texture. If you want to just do cornmeal, you can absolutely just fry in cornmeal. But I love the flour. It's like a different texture when you do flour and cornmeal together. It's really nice. Let's check our oil for heat. We are almost there. We're looking for about 350 degrees. Let's make our mayonnaise while we wait for that last second. We've got, again, shredded lettuce. I have some hot sauce that I just like to go straight onto the shrimp. I've got some spicy mustard that I'll add to mayo. A little bit of fresh squeezed lemon as well. And go ahead and mix that up. For this recipe, we have sliced tomatoes and a different side of pickles. Now you can either use a bread and butter pickle with this one, or you can use a dill pickle. Totally up to you. Take our bread, open it up. When you fry shrimp, don't walk away. Shrimp is a very quick fry, and you never want to overcook your shrimp. So you really want it to be just spot on. Okay, let's go ahead and add shrimp to the fryer. Always when you're frying, make sure that you have some paper towels sitting on some type of receptacle, like here a baking sheet. Shake off a little bit of the excess. Now you never want to add too many in at the same time. It'll cool down your oil too quickly. And I don't want to touch it. I want the crust to remain on that shrimp. So I'm going to keep going with our sandwich. Shredded lettuce. Sliced tomatoes. I love to season my tomato a little bit with a touch of salt, pickles, and let's take a look at our shrimp. And they're ready. It smells so good in here. Oh my goodness, so yummy. All right, make sure, season whatever comes out of your fryer. So I'm gonna go ahead and douse a little bit of hot sauce onto my tomato lettuce mixture and some onto my shrimp. All right, we're gonna load this up, make this a delicious sandwich. Come right back for more. I have another po' boy that happens to be my personal favorite. Back in a minute.
SoFlo Home Project is next, right here on Local 10.
Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. I'm here at Junior Achievement of South Florida in Coconut Creek, a wonderful place for our children. So we are cooking soft shell crab po' boys. I love soft shell crabs. I had no idea that Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market sold them. So here we are. We've got soft shell crabs today. I'm gonna very quickly teach you how to clean a soft shell crab. So this is the front. I'm gonna actually just cut about 1/4 inch of that off. Then we're gonna cut off the gills off the side very quickly, and then the other side. Then we go to the back, and this part kind of flips up, and we cut that off. And then, just in case these are a little pokey, we cut this off, although they're very soft today, but just to show you how to do it. And then we actually, chefs, we cut off the hind legs. Now again, I'm doing this out of tradition. Some people would probably just eat the whole thing and it's perfectly fine. There's one last thing you can do. There's something called the mustard It's not actually mustard, but they call it the mustard that's inside the crab. If you press lightly on the front, a lot of the mustard comes out through the front of the crab, which is basically the inside. And that is great to get out of there so that they're really crispy when you're done with them. Okay, now that we have the clean crabs, oops, I didn't show you my shrimp po' boy. Get a load of this. This is delicious, gorgeous. I'm very proud of my po' boy. These shrimp came out really good. Don't you think, guys? You had some shrimp, yeah? All right. So, to fry the crab, we're gonna make a mix of buttermilk and egg. Go ahead and combine those two together. Whisk it up. And place the crabs into the buttermilk egg mixture. Really soak them down in there. Here, just like before, I have a combination of flour and cornmeal. I'm gonna go ahead and place the soft shells straight from, so I have one wet hand and one dry hand. I'm gonna add the dry mixture onto the soft shell and really make sure that it is well breaded. When you keep working, you always wanna have one hand wet and one hand dry. So I'll go back into the buttermilk egg, go into the dry flour, cornmeal, and again, breading like so. You want to make sure your oil is good and hot. So now I'm just going to go ahead with my dry hand, go ahead and add the soft shells into the oil. Now again, you never want to crowd your oil. To the size of this pot, I would never add more than 3 soft shell crabs at a time. It's just reducing the heat too quickly on that oil, and you will never get a really crispy product after that. All right, let's see how these beautiful soft shell crabs are doing. Oh, they're looking beautiful. All right, they need a little bit more time. They take obviously a little bit longer than the shrimp, but not much. We're gonna make a remoulade, which is a very traditional mayonnaise-based sauce for a lot of po' boys. And shrimp normally goes with the remoulade, but I love the idea of just the mayo and the mustard, but it's up to you. So let's make one real quickly. This is mayonnaise. These are dill pickles cut up really tiny. Some lemon juice. Up to you what kind of mustard you want to use. This is spicy mustard. You can also use Dijon or Creole mustard. Some Creole seasoning. A little cayenne pepper. Some capers. And a little bit of Worcestershire. All right, let's take the soft shell crabs out of the fry, and look how pretty they are. They are really gorgeous. Beautifully crispy. And when you're dealing with such nice hot oil that's good and fresh, they're never greasy, never oily. It's when the oil is not hot enough that you will find a greasy product. But look how beautiful these are. Put them right onto some paper towels, and they are just, oh, stunning. I would eat it just like that. The remoulade is made. We've got sliced tomatoes and butter lettuce. Let's take our bread, a little bit of remoulade. My biggest question today is, how many soft shell crabs should go into my po' boy? What do you guys think?
Oh.
Well, let's see if they all fit. So instead of the shredded lettuce, I went with the really pretty whole butter lettuce today. Let's slide some tomatoes in there. And then finally our soft shells. All right, y'all. I hate to tell you, I think only 2 are gonna fit. But that's not such a bad thing. And there we have it. Take a look at this beauty. What a gorgeous interior of a sandwich. Come right back, we'll slice this beauty in half and see what we get. See you in a minute. SoFlo Taste will return right after this. Welcome back to our show about Mardi Gras, of course, po' boys being our star. And look at this gorgeous soft-shell crab po' boy. I am very proud of the work that we did together today. I appreciate y'all. Have you ever been to New Orleans for Mardi Gras? Well, it's one of those things you need to witness in person. But here's a tip. Go when you're young, but try these dishes at any age because they're good and you'll have the feeling of Bourbon Street without the crowds. Next week, this show will be a gas. That's because it's all about bubbles. No, not Michael Jackson's 35-year-old chimpanzee. Real bubbles like champagne, Prosecco, and beer. I'll be using those liquids as ingredients on the way to great recipes, so be here. Time to check in with design expert Elena Capra, host of SoFlo Home Project. Morning, Elena. What have you got for us coming up?
Hi, Michelle. So today we are headed outdoors. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we share with you some expert tips on how to turn your yard into a Florida-friendly oasis with some great landscaping advice.
Okay, Elena, we'll be watching So Taste Buds again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you here next week. Goodbye and very good taste. Mwah. Beignet, Mardi Gras.